Okay, this is example 1, and they gave us the three coordinates. A is -1, -1, C is 3, 5, and E is 7, -5. And it says that M and S are the midpoints. So if they're midpoints, you can look on this graph and get them very fast, but you could also use the midpoint formula. Remember the midpoint formula? You're going to need to remember it for this unit, or this section here. Add the x's together and then divide by 2. So take the average of the x's. And the y's are the same thing. If you want the midpoint, add the y's and divide by 2. So nothing tricky there. And so if you wanted to get M and you did that work, so I'll just do M, you can do S yourself. But because this was drawn to scale, it's going to be really easy. But M is going to be 3 plus -1 over 2. And the Y is going to be 5 plus -1 over 2. And some people are confused where I got those. So here's my X's right here. That's where I got those. And then my Y's were right here in orange. Okay, those are my Y's. Okay? So we got that, and you're going to get M is 2 over 2. And this is going to be 4 over 2. And then you get 1, 2. So not hard. We've done this before. You've seen it done before. That's the M. So I'm going to write that on here. M is 1, 2. And if you do it with S, you're going to get 5, 0. Okay, so let me get rid of some of this. Okay, so we got our midpoints, and that's going to help us later using knowing that they're midpoints. Okay, so we got that. And the question wants us to say, what do you notice about the mid-segment and the third side? And so one of the things to do is find the slope, it says. So what is the slope? What is the slope of this mid-segment right here, M to S? Okay, well, how do you find slope? Slope formula, M equals the rise over the run. Okay, and whatever you like, you can do whatever you want. If you want to, you can call this x1, y1, x2, y2, or you could reverse it, the x1, y1, and the x2, y2. But I'm going to use it that way. And I said I recommended that you write it out in black without any signs. Okay. So the slope of, this is the slope of M to S. Okay. It's going to be, we're just going to put the minus signs in. And then all we have to do is dump in our numbers. And our Y1, or excuse me, our Y2 is 0. Our Y1 is 2. Our X2 is 5. Our X1 is 1. We're going to get -2 over 4, which is, if you reduce it, -1/2. Okay? Let's do the same thing. I'm going to erase some stuff here. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to erase that. Okay, and I'm going to call this now x1, y1, x2, y2, and go through the same thing. I've already written the formula. All I have to do is dump the numbers in. -5 minus -1. Here's where the writing it in black helps because you don't miss your double negatives. And then you've got your 7 minus your -1. So we're going to end up with that becoming positive, so we get -4 over, those become +8, And this was of, forgot to write down that this is the slope of A to E. So the slope of A to E when you reduce it is -1/2 as well. So the question was, what do you notice about the midsegment and the third side of the triangle? Well, slopes are equal. So segment MS, midsegment MS, must be parallel, because the slopes are equal, to segment or the side AE. Pretty funky, huh?